Is UCLA a Pac-12 contender? I think that when you're looking at this team, yes, it's been a good start, but we need to take a look at, is this a legitimate team or are they just getting through a schedule that maybe isn't as good as everybody thinks it is? We're going to dive into right away. We're just going to start with DTR. Dorian Thompson-Robinson has been playing really well. I think that he's had a good start to his season. And the question for everybody is, how long can he continue that? Because we haven't seen that in the past, the consistent play out over a long period of time. He is going to be the big key because this offense runs through him. And he had a big week this week, 299 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. He also added another touchdown rushing. He is the big reason why UCLA has been having success offensively. And if he has good games for the rest of the season, then I think UCLA is in good hands. I think Chip Kelly's going to get the job done, and it's going to be a fun team to watch. However, again, that continuity, the ability to continue playing at this level is the biggest question for them. Joining him in the backfield, Zach Charbonnet, having a good year for the Bruins, especially this week against Utah. 22 carries for 198 yards and a touchdown. UCLA improved to 11-0 when he rushes for 100 yards in a game. That is a really outstanding statistic for this team. Zach Charbonnet is, you can make an argument that he's just as important to the offense as DTR. Now, obviously, DTR throws the ball, which is what gives him the edge, but the ability to run the football has been huge for UCLA, and Zach Charbonnet proves that he is one of the best running backs in college football once again. And it just comes down to, we know the rushing attack is going to do what it's going to do with Charbonnet and DTR. It just comes down to, what is the passing attack going to do? And we've seen some guys step up. The biggest one is going to be Jake Bobo. The Duke transfer has been really good for the Bruins this year. He has been a reliable pass target for DTR. It just comes down to who else is going to step up, because one guy isn't going to get the job done. The Pac-12 may not be this power that it once was, and I think everybody knows that. But if you're going to win the Pac-12, if you're going to beat a team like USC, if you're going to beat Oregon, if you're going to beat those kind of teams, you need a deep passing attack. You need guys that are going to step up. You can have one guy that's really good and you're most reliable, but you're going to need other players to step up, other guys to fill in when either teams take him away, he has a bad game, those kind of things. DTR is going to be able to find chemistry with other players. He just has to continue doing that. And with the schedule coming up, they need to figure that out quickly, because when you look at what they've done so far. So we'll look at the schedule here. Back-to-back win against ranked teams is what they've done in the last 2 weeks. They beat Utah this week. They beat Washington the week before. Both were kind of surprising. I don't think a lot of people had UCLA being undefeated at this point coming into the year. So this is kind of a surprise. Now that the attention quickly shifts from, okay, now it's, can they do it? Or first it's, can they do it? Now it's, can they sustain it? That is the big question right now. I think that whenever you have a team like this that is undefeated, and they are undefeated, which is unexpected, then it turns into this continued doubt, but just in a new perspective. So now you look at Oregon coming up next. Oregon is playing much better than they did against Georgia, which that's just a game that they essentially washed from their system. Oregon is playing really well right now, and that's a team that could be very dangerous and a problem for UCLA. It's also in Autzen, it's in Eugene, so that's another thing. It's a road test. That's going to be difficult. Then when you look at the rest of the schedule, Stanford is still a tough team. They're not maybe as good as they once were, but this is still a tough team. And if even as UCLA beats Oregon, they are capable of getting upset. This is a Pac-12 conference that has been known for weird upsets. The week after that, Arizona State just beat Washington the same way that UCLA did. So this is a team that is proven that they can beat ranked teams as well. Arizona is a much better team this year. That's another one that they have to worry about. USC, that's going to be the big game. And that's what makes the Arizona game actually even more difficult, is because you can't get caught. Say that they aren't undefeated going into the Arizona game. You cannot get caught looking ahead to USC, because I have a feeling that USC is going to be undefeated. I have a feeling that UCLA has a good chance if they are able to escape Eugene with a win. I have a feeling they're going to be undefeated. But if they get caught looking ahead, Arizona has proven in the past that they are capable of beating a team that is much better than them. And then they finished the year with Cal. So this is a team that is going to get a chance to prove themselves. It's a team that's going to get a chance to prove that they belong in the Pac-12 championship, and they have everything in their corner in terms of what they need to do. They have the assets to be able to produce a really good offense. The defense is going to be a question, but it just comes down to, are they able to win the games that they need to win? And are they able to produce this offense that's going to be balanced, that's going to have depth at the passing attack? Is DTR going to be able to continue? Because the big question is with the offense we talked about, can they keep the balance? The other thing is that, say that they do, because right now they're playing pretty well. What if DTR struggles? What if he throws a couple picks and now it's on the defense to keep them in the game? Right now, I don't know if I have the confidence in this defense to be able to keep them in games, to keep them in winning football games. And that's going to be a big question, because there's going to be a point where DTR struggles. And we saw that against South Alabama, and the defense didn't exactly help. Now, they did escape with a win, a 32-31 win, but you can't continue doing that. You can't continue with those performances, and eventually it's going to come up to bite you. So what happens if that happens again? Is the defense going to be able to step up? Is someone on the offense going to be able to take over if DTR is not playing well? Right now, things are going really well for UCLA, though. So it's going to be exciting to see how they can build upon this start and finish strong for the 2022 year.